Survival during World War II wasn't just about dodging bullets. It was about enduring some of the harshest environments on Earth. From the frozen fields of the Eastern Front to the rain-soaked forests of Europe and the muddy jungles of Asia, soldiers had to improvise shelters to stay alive. Many of these hacks were simple, effective, and surprisingly clever. Here are 6 shelter tricks that kept World War II soldiers alive in snow, rain, and mud. On the Eastern Front, temperatures dropped to lethal lows, sometimes below -40 degrees. Soldiers quickly learned that digging into snow could save their lives. By carving out a snow cave or trench, men used the insulating power of snow to trap heat. Inside, it could feel surprisingly warmer than outside. Some even lined the walls with branches or cloth to keep moisture down. What looked like a desperate hole in the snow often became a life-saving bunker. In the rain-heavy forests of Europe, soldiers often relied on a simple but effective hack, the poncho lean-to. By tying their poncho or canvas between trees at an angle, they created a makeshift roof that shed water. Sometimes soldiers layered branches over the poncho for extra camouflage and protection. Quick to set up and easy to dismantle, this hack became a go-to when marching through rain-soaked terrain. Mud was one of the worst enemies of infantry, especially in places like Italy and the Pacific. But soldiers turned it into an ally by digging dugouts, small trenches reinforced with wooden planks or logs. These dugouts not only kept them lower than the enemy's fire, but also provided a place to stay somewhat dry during endless downpours. Sandbags or sticks helped stop water from pouring in, though the mud often seeped through no matter what. When tents weren't available, men turned to nature. Bundles of pine branches, brush, and even straw were piled together to form walls or roofing for temporary shelters. In snowy areas, branches provided a crucial layer of insulation between a soldier and the frozen ground. This hack wasn't fancy, but it was effective. Every inch of dry insulation made the difference between frostbite and survival. Foxholes weren't just for fighting, they doubled as shelters. Soldiers often modified them, covering the top with logs, corrugated metal, or even doors scavenged from destroyed buildings. This created a crude but functional bunker that offered protection from rain and snow while keeping them hidden from enemy fire. In some cases, foxholes became semi-permanent homes, fitted with small stoves or makeshift drainage systems. One of the most ingenious pieces of gear was the shelter half. Each soldier carried half a tent. When combined with the buddies, it formed a complete 2-man tent. This not only lightened loads but also built camaraderie. Soldiers set up these tents on drier ground or propped them over trenches. In snowy terrain, the shelter halves were sometimes buried under snow for insulation, creating a quick, winter-proof tent. World War II soldiers didn't have the luxury of modern camping gear. What they had was ingenuity, desperation, and the will to live. These 6 shelter hacks, snow caves, poncho lean-tos, dugouts, brush insulation, foxhole bunkers, and shelter halves, were born out of necessity and saved countless lives in the harshest conditions imaginable. They remind us that sometimes survival isn't about strength, but about adaptability and resourcefulness.